right, I think we are live.
Right?
Yep, I think so.
What up, YouTube?
Hey guys, it's Mike and Austin.
Yo.
And I think Travis is gonna stop by at some point.
The T-Dog.
Yeah. So let's see. I think you guys are catching what we were saying like 5 minutes ago before we started. I'm gonna steal the cursor for a second. Right.
Sure.
So just let us know, like last time, if you guys can hear us all right. If everything's good. Hi, Amanda. She's already
Hello.
tuned in. Travis will be on here in a little bit. So today we're gonna draw some weird aliens. For some reason, I felt like drawing aliens. So hey, Grant. So yeah, Austin's gonna go up first. There's literally no plan here. I don't know if you're taking suggestions or you already got some shit drawn out. All right, Austin's prepared.
Yeah, what can I say?
What do you got? What do you got going on?
I'm thinking some type of alien. I really like drawing royalty. That's kind of a good go-to.
Yeah.
And some type of like gelatinous alien that is inside of
another one or just something.
Just like a container. You know.
All right.
So I want to make mine small. So one always good thing is you have it come to a point like so. That's always very royal, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's like you got a little crown on your. Sorry, I'm still on your cursor. Sure. All right, cool. Go for it. So is this dude royalty or is he just like?
Yes,
like
he's definitely a part of the royal family.
Okay. Still, one more time. I just try to get this shit. Get all these stupid windows in place. All right, cool. Now I'm not gonna touch it anymore.
Okay.
Promise.
We'll see.
Yeah, I know. Sounds good. No lag. All right. Skateboarding alien. That seems right up your alley.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there can be a skateboard involved. So I'm thinking the beauty of Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
I can never get some type of really large feather plume.
He's peacocking it.
Yep.
He's got stuff to show off here.
This is all the rage in the year 9 million.
If anybody isn't aware, Austin is physically is unable to create aliens unless they exist in the year 9 million.
Yeah, there's something about that year that I just can't get over. It's truly the best year.
It's got such a nice ring to it.
And so this is going to be the alien. Is it this little guy?
Oh, so that's what you're saying, like he's in like a container? Or, all right, yeah.
But he has like this whole suit that he's in.
Gotcha.
With, like weird tentacles and such.
So his head is like some sort of space pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Perfect.
And it comes to like a weird, like a point like that.
All
and
right.
He floats.
I like it. It's very, he's got a very organic vegetable vibe happening right now.
Which is wonderful. And then we'll give, some tentacles.
So what would this dude's planet be like?
Maybe it's like a planet of all gas.
All right.
Which I don't really know. I know there are gas planets. I'm not really sure how that works.
All I know from like gas planets is like there's always this like massive storms. You know, like when they show like satellite pictures, it's like the size of like a peanut, and they're like, "That's 12 sizes of the Earth." You know?
Right. They never seem to go to the gas planets in sci-fi, which is the entirety of my planet knowledge.
It's funny you say that because I was just watching an episode of Lost in Space.
Oh, yep.
On Netflix, and they swept by like a planet that was like gas.
Yeah.
And they needed to like suck in a bunch of ammonia or something like that. They were doing some sort of convoluted plan for something or other, but it seemed like it was a nightmare planet. It was just all gas and like hurricanes and shit.
Right. Yeah, that's so. I'm thinking it's some type of planet like that, and maybe all of their architecture just like floats.
All right.
And they kind of just float around everywhere.
Is that a reason why he's inside the suit? Like he can't live?
Yeah, so they can't live. Maybe they also got, maybe, okay. Check me out, this is going to be bars. So they also left their other planet, like Andromeda 7 or something. And then now they've traveled to this new planet. They used up all the natural resources and they murked their old planet. And then now they had to create these spacesuits to go and live on a gas planet. It was the closest one in their solar system.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't invented cryosleep yet. I mean, we can really get into it.
We can dive into it. The history books are wide open on this one,
right.
So that's working.
What else can he have? The plume is pretty good.
Grant couldn't resist. Uranus is the gassiest planet.
Thank you, Grant.
Yes.
You love to see it. I want to involve some more like technology into his. I'll give him some more kind of like sad tentacles.
That's for like steering. You know how like helicopters have like the tail,
the rudder.
Yeah. Because he's got to navigate a whole lot of gas and winds and stuff, and there's no like.
I gave him some rudders.
Nothing stopping.
So maybe also, okay, this is gonna come in the later stage. I'm gonna move on to. Get it all nice and inked up, nice and clean.
Yeah.
And then, just using color, he has like his suit it's not mechanical, it's like biomechanical.
Yeah.
So it has like inside like strange. I don't know. I'm not good at articulating.
I'm with you though. I get you.
It has some strange like organs or something in there. Yeah.
That's what I love about like alien movies or anything like that is you can just make up whatever that just seems cool, and you don't have to worry about how that would possibly happen.
Especially,
it's like the aliens did it.
That's the best. I think that's another reason why I'm so obsessed with going so far in the future, because then it just becomes sci-fi again. It's like the horseshoe, where you just go so far, where just, I can't even articulate what this stuff is, because it's so out of our grasp as humans in the year 2020.
And it works every single time. There's never a time in a movie like that where I'm like, that's stupid. I'll buy it every single time.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I have no problem buying any sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
The only movie lately that I know of where they really went for it was Valerian. If you saw, it was the guy who did the crazy French guy who did The Fifth Element.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That had shoot. I think I saw parts of it, but not enough to know anything that was happening.
Yeah, so the movie itself, take it or leave it, not really a great movie.
Okay.
But as far as like going very far in the future, they really went for it.
Yeah,
and that whole aspect of it, I'm pretty much sold. Like the movie could be the worst movie of all time, but if they have some weird set designs,
Yeah.
I watched that movie, I think I was telling you, Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting, like, oh, okay, amazing. He's a rock star, like, he is like a scientist, like he's just the coolest man on the planet.
Yep.
Like, when are they going to go to the other dimension? Or when are they going to go to the really crazy alien planet? And I was waiting the entire movie for them to do that. And then they just didn't. And it was just on Earth the entire time, and the aliens came to Earth.
How convenient.
Yeah, I've been trying to also figure out for myself what kind of sci-fi I specifically like.
Yeah.
Because it is such an insanely broad genre. And I've definitely arrived at... anytime if I audibly say, oh my god, when I'm watching it... That's always a good sign.
That's a good marker.
That's a really good marker. If I'm just watching and just like, oh man, that's always good. But definitely if they, I mean, the perfect sci-fi movie is Flash Gordon. It's a perfect film.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just like the costumes and the sets and everything.
Yeah, the music.
This the full Queen soundtrack. You can't nothing. And Dune comes pretty close. I'm pretty obsessed with Dune.
Yeah, Dune was pretty cool for when did it come out? Like
mid-80s.
Yeah, I mean, like it did some weird special effects stuff, and I was like, this movie's pretty cool.
Yeah, they did some really strange special effects stuff.
And it's just such like a crazy ass story that it's just fun.
And just including a lot of really random things and never explaining. I mean, that's what I liked about the latest Mad Max movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were so many, it was like the milking scene. It's like, wait. Like, I'm not over that yet. And they just move on.
It was so great. I know, I could talk about Fury Road forever because they do such a good job of like, we're not going to explain all this stuff. Like, it's a post-apocalyptic world, figure it out.
Yeah, and I think that's so much better, where you're just thinking about it afterward, like, so what was up with that milking scene?
There's all like the weird ass things, like Immortan Joe's like jacked son, the one who kind of like lasts the longest.
Yeah,
you know, that big dude. He's just got like that weird like rubber chin strap thing on his face. That's part of his like garb, you know.
What is that? It's so good.
And it doesn't seem dumb. It just looks like crazy, but it's like, all right, I'm all in.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is you really have to commit if you're gonna go for the crazy.
George says the thumbnail looks like a ripoff of Salad Fingers, which it absolutely does look like that. Do you know Salad Fingers?
Oh yeah, okay. I remember Salad Fingers.
Yeah, that's old school Newgrounds. It definitely does. I went with the super long, like probing finger.
Yeah.
Please make a handsome alien. All right, I'll make Nick a handsome alien. Yeah, I used to, when I was doing stuff for Newgrounds or putting stuff on Newgrounds, that's when Salad Fingers was out too, and that was like everybody loved that one. So weird. It's like perfectly weird, very unique.
What year? Like 2007 or something?
I think a little before that, maybe just a couple years before that, because I started posting shit in like 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
And we did College University probably until 2005 or 6, and it was still coming out every once in a while around then too. So between that whole general period, yeah.
So I remember watching, and then there was the unicorn shorts.
Oh,
Charlie the Unicorn. I remember those.
Just so obnoxious as.
Those were so sick. And they took his kidney. Wow, I haven't thought about.
Oh my god! You know, I don't think I realized there was multiple ones of the unicorn one.
Ooh yeah. This is all very blurry. I think that must have been like elementary school. I remember.
God.
I know. I'm still a babe, but sometimes I know because I act so much older, right, than I really am all the time.
Talking about Dune all the time.
Yeah, always talking about.
Yes, David Firth. That's who it was. Thank you, Amanda. Bennett is asking. I don't know what Zao is. Oh, is that the new cartoon? Or am I totally wrong on that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
Is it like the cat, or is that something totally fucking different?
Hang on.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what it is, but I don't.
Yeah. Sorry, Bennett. It sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
If not, I will just draw what I think.
Yes, but I know. I'm sure. We'll get Alex in here, our resident. It sounds anime adjacent, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Our resident anime connoisseur.
Is it a professor from Utica College? Because that's the first thing that came up.
Oh, it must be. Yeah, some fan art of a
the last
professor.
Oh, like the stick figure action. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember that. That was Newgrounds too. I don't know if you remember. It's just a tiny...
Oh, yeah,
like the super long like fight scenes and stuff.
The fight scenes, of course.
Yeah, jeez, I remember those.
Yeah, I remember messing around my... Alright, so this is what I'm talking about, where there's just like a weird, like, kind of thing inside.
Yeah.
That is encased, which is also part of the suit, but it's organic for some reason.
Oh no, I gotcha.
Not sure why.
Yeah.
I remember that it was like Pivot Stick Figure Animator. Where if you go on YouTube, I'm sure you can find all like fight scenes that were animated using that program.
Okay.
But I remember doing that in middle school. Where basically it's similar to Flash, where you have these stick figures that have pivot points of like, and then you frame by frame, animate them. And I remember we would like download it on the computers in the computer lab and do these like stupid fight scenes.
Oh man, I never heard of that
one. Back in 8th grade.
Dang.
When I was so long ago. It's like a whole 8 years ago.
I'm trying to think what computer stuff we had in 8th grade. Not a lot. It was like Carmen Sandiego. No, that was way before that. Still didn't have much though.
Yeah. That's all these kiddos.
I like all the segmented stuff.
Yeah, I'm always
segmented pieces.
I really like H.R. Geiger's work.
Oh,
He's the guy who did all the alien stuff, and he did stuff for other movies as well that I have not seen. But
really, I know that dude's stuff was so super. It was like so weirdly unique, but like perfect for aliens.
Yeah, very very perfect. But if you look at, I've looked at these like behind the scenes things of what the alien costume looks like, and there are a lot of like weird, like mechanical parts and like wires and stuff. So it's like it looks very, I guess just biomechanical is like the sci-fi term, where it's like the combination of
right
machine and organic stuff. That was like what all his work was always about. Yeah, seeing his work especially like the painting that Ridley Scott saw, where he was like, yeah, I want that guy to do it. It's the most insane thing ever. It's really, really, really crazy and twisted. Alright, well, I'm feeling...
That's looking pretty sweet.
I'm pretty good. Maybe I'll, as well.
This guy got a name? I didn't even think of that.
I have to like Zarlax or like something dumb.
My go-to is like the opposite of that, like Craig.
Oh yeah.
But I use that
Glenn.
far too much.
I was watching another one of my favorite movies of all time. It's called The Holy Mountain.
I don't
and there's this crazy segment where like they're showing like each of these. Describing the movie is really difficult. It's a very like kind of symbolic movie or whatever. But where they're showing like each. This is where my obsession with like the planets, like my name is Glenn and my planet is Venus, and then they're like describing like I manufacture weapons, and they're like showing like all just like the like we make weapons for Buddhists, and it's just like there's a Buddha on the gun, and like and for Jews, and it's just like a menorah pistol. Like it was really good. If you go on YouTube and you search the Holy Mountain clips, you're in for.
The Holy Mountain clips.
You're in for quite the treat. All right, well, I think I'm gonna tap it out.
All right, I like it.
Pass it over to you.
All right, time for my version of Aliens.
Yes.
Which is good. It's going to be quite different from yours, which is the point of it all.
Right.
All right.
So we both just draw the exact same drawing again. Weird.
Again, we did it once again. All right, so I'm going to sketch it up a little first. So mine, I like doing like my aliens. Besides like the go-to, like the one I drew on the thumbnail is just like the classic that, like the big eyeballs.
Oh yeah. The classic Martian.
Yeah.
Sure.
I always do that when I'm just like joking around and stuff, but I like the ones that are like sketch out just like some weird. They just look a little like painful. I don't know what the head's gonna be like yet. I'm just gonna do this
Paint like it's like about to burst.
Just like I like a lot of like it's very there's a lot of extra joints in places and like
bones, where there doesn't need to be.
Yeah, like I like the bird leg stuff like this, and then normally there might like the ankle bone and then like a hoof or something like that.
Right.
But I like doing like I don't draw these all that often. I usually just draw goofy stuff, but so like mid shin bone, there's just like another joint here, just like extra stuff that just makes it seem.
Yes, yeah. Anytime that there's a bunch of unnecessary joints, moving it more into the insect realm.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. It's a lot of like locust, grasshopper type stuff.
Or this almost like that vibe of like the aliens and Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah, like the crazy like beetle type.
Yeah, they're just like giant bugs basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a good trope.
We watched that movie in like cinema appreciation class or whatever at UConn.
Yeah.
Like early on, like that was like the professor's like first pick. I was like, really?
That's pretty wild. So I took like an introduction to film class, and we would watch some like gnarly movies in class. We watched RoboCop in class.
Seriously?
We watched Reservoir Dogs in class. If you remember that Tarantino movie.
Oh no, I definitely.
Where like the dude gets his ear cut off.
You know who cuts off his ear is Michael Madsen, who is Explosion Jones.
Wow, full circle.
No, the reason I was looking confused for a second was like because I feel like that was the same class. Did you watch? It's like not No Way Out, like Wrong Way or something like that.
It was this guy Bob Smith, I think his name was. He's a very jaded old man professor. He had some absolutely incredible quotes. He would say, he's like, you guys, he'd be like on the verge of tears. You guys are young. You should be like running around in the woods and making love. Like, he had all these really sick quotes. I'd leave class all inspired. I guess I gotta go.
I gotta go to the woods.
I guess I gotta go figure something out this weekend. Boys.
Woods.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a really funny guy. He loved who's the guy who did RoboCop? That director. Verhoeven, Paul Verhoeven. Okay, he was like obsessed with Paul Verhoeven. He's always talking about how he's the greatest director of all time.
One of my favorite things in RoboCop, it's either it's RoboCop 2, I think.
Okay.
Because RoboCop 2 has the ones that are like the big kind of drones, or not drones, but just like big walker things.
Yeah.
They're huge and they just have like big guns over here. So at the end of that movie, I'm almost positive it's one, or two, because I think one ends somewhere different. But RoboCop like shoots like one of the evil like CEO or police chief guys out of a window.
Hell yeah.
And I wish I had it on screen here. Somebody has it, just like look it up. For some reason, they show like a shot of the guy falling out the window, like down towards the street, you know, and it's like in a big skyscraper. And the guy's arms, they must have like done this, you know how like late 80s movies, like stop motion or whatever, they'll just kind of do some like weird kind of creepy stop motion and things and replace them in place of like people.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It's obviously like not CGI yet, so you can't blame them, for the weird stuff. But so the guy's like falling like this, and the building is like here, and he's falling down. Like
yeah.
Like this, right? But for some reason, the model of the guy, his arms are like this long. They're so fucking funny looking.
That's so good.
It's hilarious, man. I really, I need for the next live stream. I need to set up another window in here that we just have like a window that we can look up stuff and it'll just pop up. But it's no exaggeration. It's like that long.
Right.
His arms, and it's like weird, like it's like a puppet stop motion thing. It is the funniest looking.
That's really sick.
Thing.
We should have that be a facet of this, because even when I listen to podcasts, they're like, oh, like, haha, let's pull up the video. I'm listening to them like laugh and watch the video, and it's still I still feel included, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So right. even better on this on the stream.
We'll do that next time. I think we'll put like a little window in the bottom corner or something.
Yeah.
All right, so back to my guy. I'm not feeling. I'm gonna start over actually.
Okay.
I'm not feeling like my bug gorilla looking guy here.
I do like where the legs were going though.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna really push those legs.
And then remember to make them really handsome.
Right, Nick wanted. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's gonna. All right, I got a special plan for that.
That's gonna be really sick with the really handsome face. How do we check how many people we have in the stream?
If you take the mouse and just click on this screen, I think it'll tell you the one like in the top. Try to pull it like way over because it's two different screens.
Wow.
So we got four
people. Let's go.
All right. We're doing this for an audience of 4.
How do we bring it back?
Just click on that thing. It actually doesn't totally matter. But... All right, cool. So let's see. So going with the extra segmented thing here. So do like long hips, and then like here's like his hips for his legs, and then there's just gonna be like this long thing here, and then like a joint here for his spine.
Nice.
And then like, maybe the torso's like down like this.
That's really So I like if like this part, his skin just like hugs his spine.
Yeah,
like really close.
Yeah, adds to the weirdness and the creepiness part. So like his spine will be that, and the skin over it's just like.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. And here we'll save this for the handsome face.
Yeah. Amazing.
Everything is as like creepy and weird as it could be, except for his face just happened to turn out perfectly human. Who's this? Hey, it's Travis.
What's up, fam? Fellow big dog shirt wearer.
Are you wearing yours today?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Big Dog Incorporated.
Right. We suffer no fools, Lowbrow.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh out the time machine. Year 900 million. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Ray?
All right, so I don't know. I keep going with like the 8 pants. I'm gonna get away from that. So Austin, talk about your.
Oh, so this is I was coming up with some backstory for this guy. So obviously this is alien royalty because you know how I feel about drawing royalty.
Mm-hmm.
And they moved this species similar to us, used up all of their natural resources on their planet and had to get on their Ark ship and go to a new planet. But they didn't invent cryosleep yet, so they had to go to the closest one, which is a gas planet. Hence, the alien itself is just the head. So they need these like biomechanical exoskeletons to survive on this gas planet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, has a cool plume on his head.
Okay.
For style. And for clout.
And then for what Mike's doing right now, is this like one of the Predators, or is this also one of those guys?
This is different planet, different solar system.
Yeah, this is the extended universe. It's the year 9 million. I think that's kind of the premise.
Yeah. No doubt.
And then we're just, doing some planet hopping.
No doubt.
Yeah, some light speed skipping, which is not a fucking thing, Star Wars. God damn it.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Anyway, had to throw some shade before the stream was over.
But yeah, like the exoskeleton vibe is a good idea. I'm getting like face hugger type of,
I was mentioning Geiger. Geiger came up in conversation.
Nice.
As always. But I was also saying, like, the inside part of it, that's part of the suit, but it's, like, organic.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make it weird.
Very cool. And what are the peeps saying here in the chat?
I don't know if they've popped off. We were talking about salad fingers before.
Yeah. Do you remember salad fingers, Travis?
I do. I remember there was a creepy voice, and I think, was it a Newgrounds thing? Or
Yeah, it was Newgrounds.
Yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah, he had some long fingies. That's for sure. Yeah, Mike, I really like the knee joint, like up here.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
So it plays into. It would be very uncomfortable to see this thing move around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There'd be a lot of like clicking sounds.
Yes.
Heavy breathing.
So that was one thing. This came out a while ago, but to the 4 people who are listening, on that series on Netflix, it was like the anthology of sci-fi shorts.
Love, Sex, and Robots?
Love, Sex, Robots or whatever. It's definitely not called that. I don't. Is it? No. Love.
Sex, Death.
It's like Sex, Death, Robots or whatever.
Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah, maybe it doesn't.
Which, in total, IMO, they really blew it. They could have really made something cool, and they got all, like, video game cutscene animators to do stuff, and it was dumb. But there was, like, 1 or 2 cool ones.
Yeah,
but
there was one that you really liked, I thought.
There was one that I loved. It was the blue one. I don't know. It had the name Blue in it. That one was really good and was worth watching, but pretty much most of the other ones were not worth watching. But there was one that was just, like, kind of like that video game cutscene kind of bullshit. Yeah. But at the end of it, they brought out an alien design, and it was so crazy. They, like, totally went for it and made it nuts, and it was, like, disgusting to look at and, like, really convincing.
Nice.
Do you remember which one that was?
I can look it up. It was one that would, like, get mentioned in, like, the articles about it as being one of the better ones, but there was a really... I was telling you guys about it. There was, like, an insane sex scene that was so unnecessary, but they, like, really went for it with the sex scene.
With the alien?
No, but just between 2 humans, but it's that weird, ultra-realistic CGI, but you can still clearly tell that it's CGI, and you're just watching these CGI people have, like, very steamy sex.
Extra slippery and shiny.
Was that the one where it was, like, the guy was sort of, like, hallucinating or something?
Yeah, it was, so, like, the twist at the end, okay, it was Love, Death, and Robots. But the one, let me see which one it was called, the episodes, that it was worth fast-forwarding to the end to see the alien design. Beyond the Aquila Rift, number 7. Title. Very cool title, based on a very, very cool short story, but they, like, left out a lot of the stuff that made the story, like, way more, like, nuanced and interesting. They left all that stuff out, but they had time for the bang and sex scene between the producers are like between the video game characters.
Cut all this stuff.
And then there's, like, a really insane, like, song playing in the background. It just, like,
I think they're doing another season of that.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, there are so many, like, super talented animators doing really cool stuff. Hopefully
I think the knock on that one was, like, it was all the sex stuff, and there weren't any, like, female directors.
Yeah, they
just
didn't,
like a bunch of dudes.
Like,
just, like,
it was
up.
It was really like dudes rock vibes.
Boys.
Yeah. Which, like, but it was so, like, you didn't even have to. It's like you didn't even have to look that up. It was like, oh, clearly this is just a bunch of, like, it was so apparent, like, in the content even.
Yeah.
Like, not even that, like...
It's a shame for them to have such a, what I'm assuming is a decent budget.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
do that with it.
And then it was the dude, it was, like, a guy who, like, one of the guys, like, directed Deadpool. It was, like, 2, like, huge names were like, yeah, we're getting the best people in animation. And they just, like...
For sex.
Yeah. But the one, Zima Blue was 10 out of 10, extremely well done, very cool animation style and all that.
Everybody go check that out. After the stream, after you're done watching the whole
Netflix,
stream.
episode 14, Love, Death, Robots. Only watch that one. That's my hot take.
That's good. I don't know any, like, recent, besides, like, maybe Stranger Things, like, alien stuff that stood out and, like, really kind of blew me away.
Yeah. I was just saying Valerian had really good alien designs, and, like, they set it, like, thousands and thousands of years in the future.
Yeah.
So that part of it was cool. The movie itself was like fine.
Didn't like surprisingly the Scooby-Doo movie that's coming out, you said had a dope alien ship or something? Or...
Oh, maybe. Was it that one?
I think so. I think it was like...
We were just looking at that recently.
It was weird, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you never know. Sometimes...
Yeah, something will randomly have a really good...
Yeah, it clicks and they just, like, nail it.
Really good ship design. Oh, this handsome face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is really good. This is how, you know, this alien kind of lures in its victims.
Yeah, this seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. It's part of millions of years of evolution that that's like not even its face. That's like, you know, you know those fish that like live really, and it has like the node that glows. Yeah, that's the node, and the face is actually like on the chest or something.
I think like the neck would split open in the middle, and then like all teeth would come out, and it would just be like a Venus flytrap.
Like a Venus flytrap. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me shut that off. So where's the actual? Let me get this connected a little bit better. So this guy just roams around in like New York City, just like this.
Yeah.
He just blends in because he's got a handsome
He
face.
just blends in. Yeah. I know. New York City. I mean, yeah. People aren't fucking paying attention.
All right, so like lures people in. He's waving hi here too.
Yeah.
Listen to my podcast.
I just want to brush your hair gently.
And this part is just like a couple like trap jaw things in here.
Yeah.
Right, and then when like the people, and he's also enormous, so the people are like this in comparison.
Like, oh wow, basketball player, weird.
Wow! Do you play for the Knicks? And then he comes in and like scoops him up, and then these trap jaws open up like this,
and then that's it.
And then he gobbles them up.
And that's all she wrote.
All right. So Trav, I'm gonna let you get in here. I'm not gonna bother with color on this guy.
All right. I kind of had something on my mind that I wanted to do, but if I do feel like I should incorporate some of the suggestions. I see a skateboarding alien.
Yo, yeah, I forgot to do that.
I can make what I was gonna do a skateboarding alien. So
okay,
let's see
make that happen.
Go for it.
See if there's any other keywords here that pop out to me.
Handsome alien, we got it covered.
What's Zao Zao?
Oh, that was a point of discussion. I don't think we arrived at anything. We thought maybe Alex would know.
It was like the old like stick figure from Newgrounds.
Oh wait, no, we did.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, so this is a blank one. Let's do my
It's time to Skype Julia. She's asking questions.
My light colored brush, and let's do my Bat Gorilla skateboarding alien.
Incredible.
So it's gonna be.
We were kind of talking about the lore earlier, but how, or maybe like in the future, just like the gene pool of, it's a good sci-fi term. the gorilla and bat gene pool have merged together.
It was a survival like.
Yeah, it was a pure evolutionary thing, where that made the most sense for those two species to continue. But it like wasn't through like mating or anything. Like that's just the explanation, is that the gene pools combined.
Somebody asks what happened. We need to move on.
Yeah, no, we don't have enough time in the movie to explain. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe like before the end of the stream we can find a way to bring all these guys together in the same kind of same kind of story.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Stranger things have happened.
How big is your alien, Austin, compared to like a human?
I think it's always funny if it's just like massive. It's like the size of like a skyscraper or something.
I love it.
That's always good. People like, or it's so big that there are like cities on its tentacles, but we can't see them because they're too small. Planet size. I mean, you know, you can go.
I love the skyscraper sized where there's just like 3 or 4 of them and they're just like slowly moving through giant hurricanes of gas.
Let me see if I can find this photo on my camera roll from a while ago. But I got this this sci-fi comic by this Mobius, like, adjacent guy, where he was also kind of up and coming when Mobius was. This guy Droulet, this other French dude, but his stuff is pretty crazy. I think if I can scroll deep enough.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna find that RoboCop 2 shot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was doing some field research. Did I take a picture of that spread?
All right, so this dude's got a gorilla body.
Yeah. Trying to make it so that he's using his long ass arms to like propel himself.
Seems appropriate.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it was the first RoboCop.
Because I almost feel like I know the shot you're talking about.
Because I thought the first RoboCop ended. Maybe it was two different things I'm mixing up. Oh, it was the first RoboCop.
Okay.
I don't want to play the full clip. I'll just find this screenshot. It's the dumbest thing. Do you know what I'm talking about, Travis? At the end of RoboCop, like RoboCop shoots like executive or whatever out the window, and they use like a stop motion dummy for the guy, and his arms are like 7 feet long.
It's like an all that sketch.
So there's this one spread where these are planets, and there's just these giant guys. And there's just like a wall. Jesus. I wish I could show it on the stream. So these are planets.
You can just put it up to that camera.
Oh my god.
It's really sick if it'll see it. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Just these guys sitting on these planets.
That's so ridiculous.
Really sick.
Oh my god.
That's good scale, I think, for my guy.
Yeah. I can't help but think that the planets are a little unnecessary at that point.
Oh yeah, it's like totally. That's when sci-fi really gets good. Is when there's no real reason for them to be doing that.
Right.
That's what makes it good.
And this dude just has a crazy gun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's space. Like, let's just go for it. You know?
Yeah, really.
Maybe there's like a banana clip.
Make it really strange where, like, it's like, yeah, I guess that could be a gun, you know?
Alright, this is a little blurry, but this is the dude's
Oh, yeah, I remember. He looks like Slender Man. It's like the same proportions.
This is what we're talking about. This is quality entertainment, folks.
Yeah.
Until we get the web window set up.
His proportions.
We're going to be after doing this kind of shit.
That's really sick.
Time to go see RoboCop again.
Yep.
Truly a great film.
I always like the part where it's like, you have 5 seconds to comply, and then he gets just completely obliterated. And they're like, yeah, let's buy this and put it on the street.
Right. Honestly, checks out.
Yeah.
You're stealing a purse? Okay, we're going to shoot you to smithereens. Bye.
Yeah.
You remember that parody that those guys did? I forget who it was, where it was just like 5 minutes of RoboCop shooting off dicks.
Oh, yeah. He would only shoot them in the crotch.
It was so... And they did such a good job of the special effects. Do you know that scene, Austin? Where
I
like
don't think so.
There's like a criminal guy and he's got like a lady like in a headlock as he's using her as like a human shield, and RoboCop like shoots like between her legs and shoots the guy like right in his dick.
Oh, okay, right,
so
right.
There was a whole like group of people that did scenes from it. Actually, Nick, who runs our social media and stuff, those guys did a scene as well.
Yeah,
that was insane. But there's this group that they did. It's just a long sequence of RoboCop. Like all these criminals come in after that scene, and he's just only shooting them in the dick. And like there's scenes of like fake dicks out and just like prosthetic dicks or whatever. It's so absurd.
Flying
it goes
everywhere.
on forever.
That's incredible.
It's so great.
That's the kind of content that I need.
This guy. So, Travis, in your Alien, when did the skateboard come into play?
So, what happens is they're going around the world looking for resources because they don't have any.
Sure.
And what happens is they discover weird things from like the old,
the old world.
Generations.
Capital O, capital W.
Yeah. And they're just like, they're messing around and stuff, and they're like, we have giant arms, let's use these things. And then that's how they get around,
Okay.
It's just like an alternative to flight, which at this point becomes boring because they've done it for so long,
Right.
They got some strong-ass wings, too, because that's a big dude.
Yeah, that's a large
so he's
dude.
just conserving his energy.
That's right. That's why I got to eat a lot of bananas.
And these guys have moved into, like, the cities? Or are these, like, jungle skateboards?
They're city skateboards.
Okay.
Sure.
They're hoping that some type of human still survives so that they can be cast in like a Hollywood movie. But the sad reality is that everyone's dead. But they don't know that yet, so.
Okay.
They're still hoping that maybe humans have the ability to survive all this time.
What's their intelligence level?
It's low. They just want fame and fortune and bananas.
Now, not to nitpick on this, but technically he's not an alien.
Okay.
He's more of a monster. So unless like
that's fair.
Unless there's some sort of like like Venom symbiote type thing came to combine those two. You know what I'm saying? Combine a
Well, so it's not an alien technically,
right?
But it's still within sci-fi canon because it is the year 9,000,000, and the term gene pool is involved in the explanation.
Well, what's something that I can add to this guy that would automatically sort of give him that alien feel? Like what makes an alien?
Very true.
Like what if I give him some like? I feel like if I do just a pattern, it's still going to kind of be like a monster.
Mm-hmm. Well, this could also be like the classic, like where it's on another planet, and it just had the other planet had the exact same evolution route as we did, like in Star Trek, where it's like, oh, these are aliens. They just have a bulb on their forehead, but otherwise they had the exact same
setup. All right, that works.
He's got like this kind of thing, and maybe like some kind of. Antenna things or something.
Oh, antenna's good.
He's got like some Spetses hanging off of him.
Some what?
Spetses?
Is that an actual
That's
thing?
the word I made up.
Oh, okay. You could have sold me on that being like an actual term.
You're like, oh, yeah, that checks out. Sounds right.
Say it with confidence.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give him some.
He needs to be poisonous or something.
Yeah. It just kind of reminded me of there's
Julia.
Julia!
Hey! Get in here.
It needs to be poisonous or something. Yeah, so now there's going to be like a 3-minute interval between what she types and when we see it, unfortunately. I was reading this one sci-fi book where this guy, again, just like thousands of years in the future, gets his consciousness copied into like an artificial intelligence, and then he's sent out in a probe to like just to explore the universe, and then he like clones himself, and then they go off in different directions, and he does find a planet that has life on it, and he's like describing how they're like they're these kind of humanoid-esque creatures, but they kind of I guess look like pig gorillas if I had to like compare them to something, and he's just like studying them for like 100 years. Like that clone stays on that planet and studies them.
Wait, this was a book? Or
this is a book. I think it's called We Are Bob. That was the name of the book. Pretty sick book. Would recommend. Nice. Julia, no.
We are working.
This is work.
Hi, Eduardo.
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
Mr. Eduardo. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, Travis.
Mm-hmm. This dude have a name? We didn't name my guy, but my guy's name is like Guy Handsome.
Yes.
That's his Earth name. He named himself.
Yeah. His self-given.
Hello, I'm Guy Handsome.
Yeah.
Come closer.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
Give me a kiss.
Yeah. My God.
Oh, kiss me on one of my necks.
Oh,
kiss me on one of my necks.
Hey, get over here.
What's this dude's name?
This dude's name is.
Is it Morbius?
Is it? It's
Ruga?
right. Its name can only be pronounced in different tongues.
I would have to remove your tongue.
Yeah, I would have to remove your tongue for you to be able to pronounce my name. So dumb.
Jaduka, that's his name.
Jaduka?
Jaduka.
Dropping a Jaduka.
Skadusha.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm liking it.
Yep.
Oh, he's just popping off.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pew pew.
Jaduka don't!
Yeah.
There's like something up here that he shot. It's like, what? All the pieces are coming down. Jaduka just always shooting shit in the sky.
I see cool alien monsters. Can I see a disappointing alien? Wait, no, I can't see that.
Can I see a disappointing alien? Oh yeah, all our guys are pretty cool looking. So
yeah, sorry. We were
like a shitty one.
We were born this way.
Get Alex in here.
Ooh!
Shots fired.
Damn.
I just kidding.
Yeah.
But
that's a really good setup.
Yeah,
hey,
like
Alex, we need someone to do a bad drawing. Can you come in here? Ooh.
Maybe
Sorry,
I'm just playing, guys. You guys.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our next one. We'll do shitty something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, what else could we do here?
Is his skateboard like souped up at all? Is it customized?
That's what I was thinking. I feel like maybe it needs some kind of like crazy like.
Maybe the wheels are like a really weird shape. They're cubes.
Yeah.
In the year 900 million.
Yeah.
Shit doesn't make sense.
Have become cubes.
Wheels have become cubes. Have become dodecahedrons.
Wheels have been outlawed.
Right, wheels have been outlawed. Corporations have become countries. The wolf and the bat and gorilla gene pool has combined.
Nothing is
And
more
that's
attractive.
it.
Yeah, and that's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same.
Ivanka Trump is the president.
Right.
She's still alive.
Yeah. All the same people are still alive.
Yeah.
Crazy like shit on the side, and it's all shooting fire out. I don't know. This is
like it.
This is what happens in the future.
Yeah.
Haha.
Beautiful.
And he's saying, ooh,
Maybe before you ink that, maybe what he should be saying, he's saying ooh ooh ah ah, but it's in like strange alien symbols, you know.
Of course. You can do those alien
Cool,
symbols
cool,
again.
cool.
Knock those out. Sweet. That's almost gonna be a wrap on this one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get those glyphs in there.
You know what I mean? Or it's just like
it's all super odd, and it's just ooh ooh ah ah.
some strange alien. So dumb.
So for the needs to be poisonous, I mean, I got him drooling from the mouth, so I think maybe he has like a poisonous spit or something.
That works. His gun shoots venom.
Yeah, that's right. It just shoots out the character venom.
It's just copyright infringement.
He's just pixelated. Like in the live action version of this, he's just like, it's all censored.
We don't have the rights to use this. I like this. This was a good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Weird, good backstories.
If you want to just see how I got these right here on the arm, just throw some on there too, just to lock it up. Beautiful. So yeah, this could be like a funny like family sitcom. You know?
In the year 900 million, whatever.
Right.
And the handsome dude has a crush on the gorilla guy, but the gorilla guy doesn't have reproductive organs.
We can make the year could be like ultra specific, like 9,600,427. That's
right.
it.
This is just Cool Alf with a gun.
That's right.
I like Cool Alf. That's his name.
Cool Alf.
Yeah.
Maybe my guy's name is just like a string of numbers.
These
Cool Alf, Guy Handsome, and B6.
Yeah,
14.
exactly.
X4.
Yeah, it's his the identification number that they're all tattooed at birth.
All right, so I think that's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Definitely, if you're sticking around for a second, leave us a comment in the comment section for something to do for next week, like a general theme, like this was Aliens, like a show that you guys like or whatever, and we'll pick one each week.
Yeah, we'll take that and we'll transform it into beautiful artwork.
Yes.
It's our job. 1
hour on a Friday, presumably while you're working. So, thanks, guys.
Toodaloo. Hitting buttons.
Until it ends.
That's right, everybody. Bye.